Here it is. You're going to get a replay of this. Fair catch. I want to know if you got this as KCI, this is high school, remember, illegal play, or something else. All right, we'll show it again. KCI, or maybe you've got this completely legal or something else. This is a judgment call. This is a judgment play. I did say we were going to get into some judgment stuff too. So, Bill, what do you think on a play like this? What would you have from your back judge days, and using the high school rule that, there's no belt or anything like that? What do you think?
I'm probably the one that puts something else because technically you could have KCI on this. To say it's a legal play, that technically isn't right either. So, but I'm passing on it on philosophy because he made a clean catch. And that's the old school that we were in on that, was that nothing happened that ended up interfering with it, even though, he probably was right in his, in his field of vision. The high school rule being different than the college rule, we'd pass on this one.
All right, so Bill's going to pass on this one. Mike, I'm curious what you got, Mike. What do you got on this?
I'm with Bill as far as you've got to see what the effect of his position is. The rule doesn't say he has to touch the player, but if he interferes, that's a judgment call. So does he interfere or somehow materially restrict the receiver's ability to catch the kick? Clearly he didn't. So I have this as a legal play.
All right, Mike. So Mike's got this as a legal play. All right, let me tell you, let's go and see where we're at now. About 77%, 19%, 3 are saying something else. All right, so let me go through it and let me tell you what I think. All right, let's go to this shot right here. Let's go to this shot right here. All right, right now, we've got a lot of potential. Okay, a lot of potential. Right here, in my opinion, now, this isn't the best angle. Back judges, that's why we talk about 45 degrees. So you can have a really good angle on this. But does him going to a knee right there, is that because of the proximity of the kicking team player? Was there contact there? Did he brush him a little bit? Here's the thing. I have absolutely no problem with this being called KCI. Absolutely none. Because in my opinion, that player was interfered with because he had to make an adjustment to make that catch. Now, to Bill and Mike's point, if you didn't think it was enough, if your judgment was that there was not enough of interference there because he obviously caught the pass, he caught it. And that's the argument in high school football. Well, if he caught it, then there's no advantage gained. Well, I think you have to look at that a little bit more carefully, because if that player had to move or do anything, you can easily go KCI on this. And I wouldn't, if that official would have thrown the flag and explained it like that, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Be able to explain it and be able to do it using rule terminology as to why you're passing on that. Because judgment is judgment, and you could tell a coach, in my judgment, he didn't interfere. And that's fine too, but make sure you articulate it that way and you have a rule basis for why you didn't think he interfered. Because you do not need contact in high school football. Just remember that. You do not need contact. You think it's okay on this one? Fine. Good. Move on to the next play. Just understand how you're going to go through it, A, B, C, D. I'll give Mike the last word on this, and we'll move on. Mike, anything else? Anything in the chat? I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah, the chat is saying to be patient, see what the result is. And a lot of folks are seeing it the way Bill and I did. But you're making a valid point here. Was this receiver obstructed? That's the language in the rule book. Did his path have to adjust because of the presence of that kicking team player? And I can see the argument here that it was obstructed. So, yeah, I just think of those short kicks that the kicking team doesn't even know it's coming down short, and they just prevent the receiving team from even running up to it, as the more obvious KCIs. But yeah, this could be, yeah, sure.
Well, and I appreciate, I mean, that's our message is getting home, make it be big, having a process, two-step process, and deciding it based off of using the first process, you see the action, and second, am I going to throw a flag or not? I appreciate that. And I appreciate the 75% that aren't going to throw a flag. I'm just saying if you did, you'd be supported. You would be supported by rule, and I hope that this doesn't, in waiting a minute to see if there was any issues, I don't have a problem with that either. But just understand that this might lead to something down the road and somebody else may challenge you on the rule. Go ahead, Mike.
Fair catch signal changes things, I think, on this play too. I think he waits for a fair catch signal. There's no advance. So as long as he catches it, it's not going to be in a different yard line no matter what. So
no, that's a really good point too. So
that was from the chat. So good work.
No, I like that. That's a very good point too. Fair catch might play into it, but just understand the rule. And if you want to pass on it, know the rule and know why. That's the only thing I ask. Know the rule and know why.